Man, what's up, everybody? I'm just bored with some thoughts. You feel me? So, like, my first thing is that is is about the whole the Haitian migration situation. Now, in order to get to the bottom of the whole Haitian migration, try saying Haitian migration like 3 times very quickly. That would be sort of a good tongue twister. But anyway, on to the topic though. If you want to understand how the whole Haitian migration wave started, you need to understand how Haiti turned into the shape it's been for a while. You feel me? You know, Haiti is like an immensely cursed nation, right? The French and the U.S. placed a very good curse on Haitians to let them know that you are not to revolt against slave owners. You never revolt against them. And they are making the Haitians pay even long after the revolution's over, even long after the end of chattel slavery in the Americas. Right? The US and France, are deep down embarrassed. They are embarrassed that the Haitians won. Now, that being said, a whole bunch of craziness has ensued in the island of Hispaniola. Mainly on the Haitian side, you know what I'm saying? We talking about, the U.S. occupation of Haiti, right? The Haiti's occupation of the Dominican Republic, which backfired, and explains why there's a whole beef between Haiti and DR. Right? It's more than just race. Right? No, no, no. It's because there's actual beef, actual action between them two. And that just shows you how the French are idiotic. Right? The French are just straight up idiots. They bought the western half of the island from Spain. And France thought, we're going to import the slaves. Ho, ho, ho. And we're going to have a society where it's just us blancs at the top. Ho, ho, ho. Even though there's going to be very few of us, and we're going to have a lot of slaves, you know, we're blanc, we're better. What's the worst that could happen? And the worst, at least for the French, happened. So, you mean to tell me that a society can survive, and like a minority rule type society can survive for that long without the majority rebelling? That is just plain idiotic, right? That's why South Africa is in the shape it is, because the Boers and the British thought, we're white, will be on top. Everything will go fine. Everything did not go fine at all in South Africa. Now you just brought along the calamity that has happened in South Africa. You know, Haiti. But anyway, back to Haiti, man. I'm keep it real. Haiti should just not exist no more, right? And by that it should be absorbed by another country at this point. Like someone's gonna have to annex it. Whether it's the U.S., well, it better not be the U.S. Actually, take that back. Better not be them, right? But who could it be? Like, the only candidates could be either the U.S., the U.S., the U.S., the U.S. You get the whole point. The U.S. wants to annex this. Now, they might be iffy if Dominican Republic decides to annex it. Who knows what would happen? If the Dominican people would even be alright with it, if the Dominican government would even be alright with it, and also what's gonna happen to the Haitians? How are they gonna be treated now? Because I guess they would be Dominican now. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's their future gonna be? So all in all, man, the French are just straight idiots. As for the migrants coming into the U.S., honestly, that's what the U.S. deserves. You know, you reap what you sow. You intervene in a country, don't be surprised when people of that country start coming over, because you made life worse for them, right? That is why the U.S., France, and the U.K., and Belgium, and the Netherlands, no, no, that is why them countries should not be complaining about mass migration, because they brought it upon themselves. If you don't want them people coming over, don't go into their countries. Simple. Let them be. Don't worry about them. But nah, the U.S. has to meddle in the Caribbean. They have to meddle with Latin America. They have to meddle in the Middle East, which is how the Afghans made their way to the U.S., which is how they were flown in, because a lot of them work for the U.S. And of course, the Taliban do not mess with the U.S. and do not mess with anybody that collabed with them. So the U.S. brought these Afghans over and gave them shelter and food and such. That's the thing. The U.S. just has to stop meddling, bro. This is simple. As long as they stop meddling, there will be less migration. But until then, migration doesn't matter if Biden's there, or Trump's there, Obama, or DeSantis, or AOC, or whoever. It doesn't matter. There's still going to be migration if the U.S. keeps on intervening. Because I don't think any of them are content with seeing the U.S. stop invading. Okay? That's all I got to say, man. Peace out, y'all.